Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode here on the Xisuminati Modpack server. Had a little bit of free time and thought that I'd pop on here and mess about, and I got something cool to show you. So I haven't done a live stream since the last episode. Also, what is going on over here? There are no items in my drawers. That has got to be a bug. Yeah, look at that. So when we go into F5, oh, actually no, it appears that way around, but this way around it doesn't. Look, we found a bug. Oh dear. There you go. Anyway, getting distracted. I've got something cool to show you over here. Do you just want to say, though, at the beginning of this video, if you have been enjoying these ones, leave a like. The support is always appreciated. It does make a difference here. And what I've got for you at the beginning of this video is a cyclical assembler. No, just a silic assembler. I don't know how to say that, but we've got one of those. And in the end of the last episode, you may have remembered that we made a lapis farm, and we got absolutely tons of lapis from it. I am really surprised actually as to how much, because we've got, look, 3 full stacks plus what's in there. And so I want to put these into world interaction upgrades and upgrade our cobblestone production. So what we have over here is a cyclic assembler, and is that the one? Okay, right, I'm just learning how to use this. So over on this side we want to make an iron pickaxe. We've already got this. I think what we have to do is plop it there. So when I broke the machine it came out. Okay, so we put that there. That is a schematic to say, hey, we want to make iron pickaxes. So let's put in some sticks and some iron, and that was really fast. They have now got into this chest over here. And both of these machines, by the way, have an augment, so they can pull out of a chest, which means we can put supplies over on this side beforehand. That thing is extremely fast. Right, so we've got all of that, and what I want to do now is put some of the next materials in that chest. But before we do that, we need to actually get the recipe of it, which is that right there. Pretty straightforward. So let's grab a pick and let's make the schematic over on this side. So if I can remember, it was iron around like that. Oh, and it seems to be offset a little bit there. Actually, it seems to be massively offset, because that's actually the bit down below. So like that. Yikes. Something's wrong here. Oh, okay. Now it's sorted itself out. Well, you saw that messing up. Anyway, we create the blueprint. We put a blank one on. This is just 2 paper and a lapis. And I think you put it there and then click tick. There you go. And now that's that one. So we just got to put some iron and some lapis into this chest, and it should start creating them. And it might do extremely fast, except it's not taking from this chest. It does have the augment. Maybe it doesn't work with these particular machines. But everything is there on the left. So let's see if it works with this one, because I did it a moment ago and it was fine. No, it's not taking from the chest next to it, and I don't know why, because I've already tested that, and it's got the hopper, as you can see right there. So allows for automatic transfer into a device. Maybe I've got that wrong in my mind. I'm pretty sure I tested this a second ago. Anyway, I'll figure out how that works. But what we'll do now, I guess, is just do it a little bit more manually. So we'll chuck loads of those in there. Then in goes some lapis and some iron. And immediately it starts crafting it all, and we got ourselves 12 so far. So hopefully I can figure out how to automate this, and then I'll show you it. Well, unfortunately this didn't work out. A few other people came and had a look, and we couldn't find a reason as to why the hopper thing didn't count for this. So it doesn't take items out of the chest. Maybe I'll have to hook that up another way at some point in the future. And as you can see over here, I've made a couple more farms over here temporarily. These will get put into their own room eventually, but glowing reeds and sugarcane, that, by the way, turns into glowstone, which I might actually, rather than store this, just craft it into glowstone and then put it there. And they seem to tick over at about the same rate. Actually, this one seems to be going faster, and that'll be interesting to see how that works, because there's just 2 of these down here. So this is a little temporary setup. We've got an imaginary time block, 2 tesseracts to power that, and these on either side, the harvesters, and they're both outputting to a single ender chest. So I was thinking, if there's other items like this or plants in the pack, and we can make it work like 4 ways, that would look really cool. And we can make a little room with 4 farms. But that right there works really well, and yeah, well, that's going to be a project soon. Anyway, so with this machine over here, I used up all of the lapis that we have. We've run out of bone meal, so we're not getting any more lapis really coming into here. And if we go down below, you'll see that I've hooked that up to our cobblestone generator, and this thing is producing a heck of a lot faster now. So much so, I had to put a couple of speed upgrades in here for it to keep up. And still not there. Even though this thing's whizzing around crafting a lot faster, it's still not getting there. No octuple, but it'll be a while. And I'll just open these so you can see almost at a stack on each, which is really cool, and some extra speed upgrades in there. So that's working around the clock. All the other things are doing just fine as well. And yeah, I think the next time I record, it'll probably be after a live stream. So another one down, we've got a visitor in our base here, and I've just finished doing a live stream, as I said I might have done. Cyclic Assembler, still don't know how to get that thing to work, but in this live stream what we did is focus on making a new type of farm. Someone sent me a tweet saying that you can put wool into a pulverizer, and there's a chance that you'll get the dye that made that colour wool back out again, and that sounded like a really great farm for doing lapis and other dyes as well. Now we spent a lot of time doing crafting, because in order to do this we have to get, let's have a look, we are thermal expansion, we have to get a machine that has the 3rd level upgrade. So we had to make this, and then that, and then that, and then that, and yes, there's all sorts of complicated stuff going on with tons and tons of crafting to do. We made 12 of these pulverizers because there are 12 different types of 12 different types of wool that you can do this with. So after I crafted that, I then realised that was an absolute waste. We don't need 12 pulverizers, we just need one, and I felt really foolish to waste all my materials like that. Anyway, we also needed to craft these little upgrades right here, and if you have a look at this one, it says plus 81% secondary chance. So that means, you know, 81% of the time you get yourself a dye, which is really cool. So down the bottom here, what I've done is set up a wool farm, and then we've got a sheep of each of the 12 colours that we can to put into the machine and get the dye back. The problem is, after spending ages setting this thing up with all the different upgrades right here, we then learned that you get the dye back a very small amount of time, probably about 9% of the time, because this gives you 81% of the 5% that is the initial chance, which means we have about a 9% chance of getting that dye back. And unless we're going to have tons and tons of sheep here, that basically means this thing is pretty naff. And you can see I spent so much time crafting in the stream, didn't even get around to like decorating the room or anything like that. And now I'm thinking the 12 of these sheeps are just 12 entities in the loaded chunks that aren't doing anything terribly great. And in order for us to make this a lot better, we would need a lot more sheep and more of these machines and more harvesters, and I don't think this project is really going there. It's the first time we've done something, and unfortunately we were hopeful. Someone in chat said it was an 81% chance of the original 5, which it turned out to be true. Someone else said it would stack and it was 86%. I think a lot of the times people sort of guess, but they say they guess and don't state that it's a guess, and then we're like, okay, this person thinks that, let's give it a try, and ends up being wrong, which is unfortunate. And I also touched on wanting to improve this farm over here. What I want to do is find a design or a layout where we can instantly kill these mobs, because it takes a while for them to die, and that just doesn't feel right. These are in loaded chunks. We want our farms to be friendly on the server, and a good way to do that is to kill these as quick as possible. So that's another project we're working on, but disappointing stream really. Spent a lot of time crafting, wasted half the stuff that we crafted, and the final result was disappointing. But next time I think we'll bounce back, we'll probably do some building, and maybe another project as well, who knows. And by the way, sugarcane over here is pretty much filled up, and this one's getting very close. At some point I'm going to take that farm offline. As you can see though, I've already done this one, and I think we're done. We're probably never going to need that much sugarcane ever again. I have no idea how long this guy has been on top of me for. It could have been a very long time, because I just finished doing a stream. And I forgot to record a little clip in between the last stream as well. So I do have a lot of stuff to show you right now. And the first of all, what we're going to do is check out this thing over here, because I forgot to talk about this. This was done quite a while ago. What I've set up around here is a Redstone Furnace thing, where basically you can send items into this ender chest. They go through into each of these machines. They get smelted and they come out the back here, and there's this for power, and this goes into our master input. So what I want to do in the future is do more of these machines right here, and as we do more of them, we'll be knocking tasks off our list over here, because I have indeed made a list of things for us to do in the live streams and projects in general, which is really going to help, because I struggled a little bit lately with picking projects that we didn't really have the right sort of materials for to do and finish. So you can see some of the ideas over here, various farms like Netherrack. We've got the auto chisel system for putting chisel blocks back into our building block storehouse. Then we have a chisel room, which we need to finish down below our feet. We've got the the lapis farm in the end, that needs finishing. Then slime, food, upgrade the amount of power we're producing, tree farms, finish the blaze one of future farms, gas tier farm, cactus, netherwort, you know the deal. Find a way to permanently farm emeralds. Yes, I've actually found that way now, and we'll go discuss that in a second. And then another one here is to make exclusive tinker's metals. So we'd have like a farm for iron and another metal, and then combine them together in tinkers, and then that would be a farm for whatever that produces, as some of them are made out of the ones that we're already farming, but you need tinkers. So we've got build a leather farm, build a wheat farm, finish a QED, make more ender chest setups for machines. That's basically this thing over here. So they're some of the tasks we're going to be working on soon. For now, let's fly over to the emeralds. By the way, these two things have filled up. Took those farms down because we produce more than we probably ever need to now. Which reminds me of something else I need to show you quickly. So if we come over here, I actually got a tweet showing me how to do this, and they were using a mod pack with something slightly different. But basically, what we need to do is time this thing right here. We need to lock it and say, you know, take out 200 every so often, and we need to time it so that this is always going to have lots of villagers and lots of emeralds, but we'll keep taking it without it becoming empty, because then the green of the emerald is always going to be here and it's not going to lock out. So that's one way that we can do that, and we'll do that at some point. This project down here has been disabled, by the way, because it didn't really work out and I needed the tesseract for something else. So if we pop into the next room along, what I've temporarily done is chuck down an imaginary time block with a tesseract on to sort out all of this iron, and it looks like this thing is probably going as fast as it can right now. Let's fly up to it and have a look. Yep, it's got a full stack in, right. And it's sort of struggling a little bit with energy. That's interesting. So we definitely need to produce more energy. I mean, we've got so much stuff running off of it at the moment. It is not surprising. And it's using this system instead of a tesseract. That might actually be throttling it a little bit more. I don't know. That's something we're going to have to investigate. But yeah, that way we're producing a lot more iron. In fact, it could probably go a lot faster. But yeah, that's kind of obvious. So nothing to really report on these rooms over here, I don't think, since we last streamed, and pretty much nothing else to report in general. What we've been working on is this room down here, and I wish I'd have recorded in between so I could show you how it looked before we did today's stream, because we'd only done a small section of this and now it looks amazing. So what I'm going to do is walk in here with my head down. You're not going to see too much of it. We're going to head over to the back of this room, and then we're going to look up like this. Oh my god, what is going on here? What is that? That looks like a Bulbasaur or something. So all we had done by the end of the last stream is what you see right here. This was our wall design, and you can see we've got factory blocks, those ones. We've got void stone, and then we've got technical blocks as well. And this is just a cool, design for this room, and that's all we did in that stream. And then the one that we've just done, we kind of finished everything else. So we've got the ceiling, we've got the corners, we've got the floor down here. It all looks really amazing. Underneath this Z-tones glass, there is a load of void stone as well. So in the corner we got the future blocks going up to the top with these little things over here, transparent technical blocks. The ceiling is made of more factory blocks and these little rings with the future blocks on the inside. We then got these slopes connecting to the bit in the middle and it all looks ever so good and amazing. I'm going to fly around a lot and give you lots of different angles here. We have some glowstone that's sort of been plopped on the front of the glass here. Looks alright. And I think that this right here looks about 10 times better, but it's an absolute pain to place this stuff on top of the dark glass because it doesn't actually let you do that. So you need to remove 2 pieces of glass, put a block beneath, and then put that one on. But it looks cool. We've also got like these little things just to make it feel a little bit more connected in ways. And I really like it. The whole floor under there has been set to this stuff. And we kind of discussed how this sort of looks like unfinished building blocks for like industrial areas, and so we wanted to tie a little bit of that in with all of this fancy looking stuff that's all kind of finished and sparkly and amazing. Yeah, so if we fly around over to this side though, you can see it's not all finished. These corners need sorting out. We need to connect them up with this wall, which I wanted to make intentionally different. So up the top here we added in these extra slopes and then this like bar of blocks. Then you got this bit that sticks out a little bit, so this one has more depth, and then that's your kind of final design right there. And I think it looks absolutely awesome. I really do like it. And in the next stream, I imagine it won't take us long, or maybe I'll do that in between actually. I'm not sure at the moment, but we'll then fill in these corners as well. So it has been a bit of a slow moment because we've been spending a lot of time building, and I do want to do more technical projects. But now with that little list that we got up top, it means it's a lot easier for us to do those projects, I guess. And what is going on here? And also, I want to see how much bedrockium we had. I think we had 2 and 1 at the beginning of the stream. We still have 2 and 1. Okay, so we're doing all right on that front. And we haven't even used or made a bedrock drum yet. That would go down here for these liquids probably. Oh yeah, and we had to void this stuff as well. So into this tank comes S. Oh wow, you can make that spin. Oh, I don't know what that does, so I'm going to leave it on blue. Yeah, when we kill the mobs, we get liquid XP, and I confuse that with essence because you can turn. No, you can turn XP into essence, and we get them from essence berries. But liquid XP is a different thing. So we ended up voiding that right here. We've got a retrieval node to void all of the liquid XP. But at some point, I do want to learn how to convert that into essence so that we can be more efficient, because all of that XP is coming from this farm over here. Another thing, I don't know. Oh, and the server's closed. What's happened there? Let's try and get back on. Okay, we're back, and we were talking about this thing right here. Yeah, the server sort of restarted itself or something. Oh, and with this latest update, you need to reset that item to fly. So this farm at the moment, can't remember if I talked about it or not, but basically what's going on is we've got a tesseract sending fluids and power, and then we've got 4 of these around it. So 4 of them are doing witches, and the other 8 are doing wither skeletons, which is a lot slow, which is why you see less of them. Then down the bottom we've got these diamond spikes, which I was told will kill it like the players killed it, which isn't true. Or, well, it's sort of true because you get XP, but you don't get any wither skulls, which is really unfortunate. So we still haven't found a way to automate getting wither skulls from this type of farm. Now there is a shrub bush in the game that can get skulls for you, and I thought that was kind of lame really. Felt like it'd be more fun to farm it using something like this, and it's just not working out at the moment, so I really don't know what to do. We could of course remove the spikes temporarily, let them build up and then kill them with my sword, but I obviously want to automate it because it's modded, so that's something I'm still working on. If you have any suggestions, remember that beheading in an autonomous activator does not work, but any other way of getting skulls from them I would love to know, so of course if you want to leave a comment, you would be more than welcome. So this video might be a lot shorter than the other ones because we don't have too much more to talk about, and I'll need to upload this before my next live stream. So if I get a little bit of time, I'm hoping to do a bit more work in this room on the corners, but otherwise that might be it. So yeah, I'm sure I'm going to record again soon and let you know what happens. Building seems to go about 10 times faster when you're not streaming. I guess you don't have to focus on 2 things at once. Just sort of got into a groove here and finished off the sides really quickly. Love the way this ties in over here, and I think this block right here is absolutely amazing. It's kind of grey and a little bit ugly, but when you tie it in with some other ones, it really just brings about a kind of industrial feel, but sort of like future industrial, and it really makes these other colours here shine. And I think the whole thing looks really, really good now, actually. The thing that I like the least is actually this in the middle, because it kind of spoils the view of each of the sides. And I've been thinking about tampering with it a little bit, maybe taking out some of this dark glass and around the outside having regular glass. But I think for now we're going to leave this thing alone, because that is a room complete right there. Like, I mean, look at it. It's all done. There's nothing else to do. And it looks amazing. Oh, at saying that, actually, we need to go up the top there and replace those blocks, which is something that I'll do another time. And of course I'm going to replace it with this texture, this one right here. So now that that farm's been running around the clock, we should have a fair amount of coal from it, which is good, because what I want to do is craft us up some more of these blocks, which I think need coal and iron and wool, if I remember correctly. So I want to finish this room. How much of that I can craft and actually do, I don't know, but I have a little bit of time to perhaps do a small project, so I might do something off the list or do that down below. So the chisel room almost complete. About time we got this thing done, I say. And here is the floor pattern, inverted blocks down there, glowstone to mark the different areas you can walk along. And hey, if this ever fills up, I'll be very happy to expand it, because there's plenty of room, and that means we've got a lot of blocks in here to look at, like these voidstone ones, which I really do like. So yeah, what we've got to do next is craft more of these blocks. I was under the impression that these ones were made out of coal and iron, and we'd saved up a little bit. Turns out it's made out of wool. We don't have a wool farm anymore, but we do have a chest left over, and I want to show you just how easy this stuff is to craft when you use your noggin, which I haven't been using too much when we've been playing this game, and slowly I'm picking up bits and bobs about modded that are really important and useful. Let's quickly though free up some inventory space, put a couple of these things back in there. Also, there's another magnet in here. I must have crafted two, but it reminded me that sometimes we have trouble with the magnet, and rather than putting it in here and shift clicking it, we could just take it out of our inventory to turn it off and then shift it back in, which is actually like a really cool little tip. So right now you're getting some modded tips. That's how it's going down. Right, so I think we need to take 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for every one wall. So we've got 3 right there. And this is the way that we're going to do it. We're going to click on here, we're going to click on that one, and then we're going to shift click that. And it didn't work because first of all, I need to make loads of these, don't I? Actually, we just needed 4 stacks for each one. Okay. Anyway, let's try that again. If you shift click these, they go straight in there. It makes your life so much easier because then you can do that again. And look how quickly we've managed to craft those blocks as opposed to doing it manually. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we can do this twice over. Actually, those slabs are probably going to take up a lot of space. But you can see the idea here. It's just ever so quick to do that and then click up here and then click on that and click on that again and bam, you've done it. And I'm going to do it one more time because I just love how much easier that is to craft this way. I need to do this all the time and I want to drill it into my head here. So bam, let's do all of those. Bam, let's do all of those. And yep, now we can take the builder's wand, go down below and finish off this project. I think we have some visitors coming over. It's like he's got Mickey Mouse ears. Yeah, I think we've got some visitors coming over to check it out. So the room is done. About time. Also, this thing has been left over here. I guess it's not finished until I remove that, which I'll do in a moment. So that's it from me this episode. Do hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, leave a like on the video. And I'll see you in the next video or the next stream or whatever it is. So thanks for watching. And I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.